Hey guys, we're live from the Brojo for
What
another
podcast
episode.
are we doing again now?
The news.
Okay.
And then we'll do
No, I just forgot.
Good intro.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just
Now they know.
no. I just forgot, but
Yeah.
Boning.
no,
anyways,
What?
intros are
Stop
better
boning,
when they're
Zach.
like
Oh.
just fucking winged.
Not when it's
Alright,
the
you gotta
news.
calm those
Yeah,
Come
down
here
before
for the
you
news.
catch
They
me.
do they?
Get these hands.
Oh, I was gonna say. I realized, what was it, a couple weeks ago, that I said like nobody comes here for the news, and I was just gonna say that I wasn't trying to be a dick, but like re-listening it, I was kind of like, wow, that sounded really dickish.
Was it just when it was just us three?
No, it was it was more of us, but I can't remember what we were talking about. Oh yeah, somebody was upset because we were making a bunch of dick jokes.
That was
and,
me. That was
well,
me.
I mean, obviously,
yeah.
I just
Wait,
wasn't
was that
gonna
when
say
we were all singing the
specifically it was
Wiener
you.
song?
Yeah, Kian was getting mad because we were doing dick jokes.
Yeah, and he left,
And,
so we
Wiener
kept
song.
doing it.
Going back a little bit. Do you suppose if you listen back on a lot of your stuff, you just
Well,
like,
definitely, but
Make yourself aware.
I'm just saying, like, I didn't need
Eli's
to sound
mom
like it
has
was
to
like
tell
a
him
dick.
he's a dick.
I just think
She
that
doesn't. I
Yeah.
fucking know I'm a dick.
No,
I
I'm
think
just like,
that
podcast.
us throwing some sort of comical nature into the episode makes it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Then if
never
we
funny.
just
We never
sat
make jokes.
Here, if then we just sat here and rambled off bullet points,
We don't
Yeah.
have to.
It would just be
Ian's the
NPR.
only
Yeah,
joke we
exactly.
need.
like
Thank you.
except for not, because NPR is smarter than
I'll
us.
be here all
Take that
day.
as
For hours.
I don't know
Should.
about that.
You should.
I think I'm smarter than that.
I the whole thing.
Yeah, all of them.
I mean, sure, if you
I'll fight them.
think so.
But
Well,
is it
yeah,
off?
that you might win at. A bunch of
60 years
pansies
old.
over there.
I'm Kian.
I'm fucking neighborhood serial killer John D. Your friendly neighborhood serial killer John
Swinging
D.
through the neighborhood.
Ooh.
All right, so you're having sex with John Dean. Who are you?
What?
What?
He's fucking,
He's fucking
neighborhood
yeah,
serial
he's-
killer John Dean.
He's fucking neighborhood serial
Well,
killer.
obviously, because I am also your
Yeah.
friendly neighborhood serial killer John Dean.
Bonnie
And we did just get done talking about jerking off.
I'm resident senior citizen Eli.
That one's
Going on.
true.
You got a haircut though. It's weird.
It's not weird. I like it.
He's
It's not like
slightly
it
less
made him
old-
any younger.
He's
Yeah, I was gonna say,
slightly
no,
less
I'm
old
official.
man Eli.
Not really.
By like 2 years.
With the longer hair, I probably looked younger.
Yeah.
No.
This aged him up.
I'm fine with it. I
No,
like
it's
it.
even him out.
For me, you
It's about the same. If I lost my scraggly ass beard, it'd probably be fine. I'd probably only be like 30, not like 50.
And you are.
I'm regular guy Zach.
And you're.
Don't make me get the marker. Oh my
So,
god.
what have you guys been up to lately? I guess.
I mean, we talked about the video game one. I know. I'm just trying to like remember
Yeah, well,
everything.
John. Okay.
What you doing?
There was a callback in the video game podcast of the Awesome Needle Nights, so like, listen to that.
It is pretty funny. I'm not allowed in a bar in Sioux City anymore.
I was there for
Anyways,
that.
other things that I've been up to. I don't know.
You got a truck.
Well, yeah, I went and picked one up. I didn't specifically buy it. I'm gonna be fixing it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, technically
You also bought a new bike.
the other guy that I went with didn't buy it either.
You're just fixing it for a guy.
Yeah, we're fixing it for a guy, and he traded a motorcycle for the labor and the parts, basically. Which, honestly, like, we didn't think was going to be as
I was
nice
about
as
to feel
we
like I
got
feel
there.
like you lost out on that.
No, we got a much better deal because it's it's an already like custom bike that like had minimal labor that needed to be done with it. Like I got it fucking running and ready to go this morning. Just needed carb work, and but yeah, I also bought another motorcycle. I guess I more so bought like a bunch of pieces of a motorcycle, and like now I have to put it all together, but everything's there. Unlike my other project, where everything is not all there. So that'll be finished in like a good couple weeks, probably.
That's good.
But other than that, like I've been watching the Alien movies again,
Mm-hmm.
just for the fuck of it. Just because I decided I wanted to watch them. But I'm also going through fucking Game of Thrones again now. Usually I do that like in anticipation for the new season.
We gotta wait a year.
But yeah, since we gotta wait a year, I am watching through it again though now because I kind of just got hyped to watch some Game of Thrones because I just finished reading one of the other books again, and then I was just like, you know what, I kind of just want to watch it.
And you will never see that new book.
Probably not.
Well, no, more than likely not. But yeah, Martin's probably gonna die before that book gets
Tolkien
done.
case.
Yeah. And then his kid's gonna finish it, but it's not gonna be very good. Not saying that Tolkien's kid isn't a very good writer, because he actually really is. But
I think writing in his dad's world.
It's,
I
as I
think-
say, it's not the same though.
it's not the same, no. But like I bet it's gonna be a worse case if Martin's kid had to finish
Does he
his
have
books.
kids anymore?
I actually don't know. I just assumed that he does, but
His kids aren't fat enough to finish that book.
he's not fat enough to have kids. Or he's too fat.
What?
It's the other way around.
Does that mean you're not fat enough to have kids?
Yes.
Fuck.
But no. Yeah, it'll be a long time before we get that book, I bet. I bet we will eventually get it.
I bet it'll be
but
another like 3-4 years.
I could see that.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is a
Comes
long
out next
time,
month.
considering
Because I don't
when
think
the
it'll
last
come
one
out
came
until
out.
the end of the show for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think anyone, I think everyone knew that it wasn't gonna come out before the show ended.
Well, part of the problem is that he keeps like watching the show and he's like, man, that's a cool idea. How can I implement that into my book?
Yeah.
And then,
But then it's already stuff that he's already done.
well, it's
Or
either,
that's already
not even
passed
that. It's
over.
it's just passed over already, so people know how the arc ends in the show.
Yeah.
But he's doing it differently, and he keeps like. He's got too much to put in these books, and he just needs to finalize the book and then write another one.
Yeah.
So when the show finalizes, these new ideas will stop flowing in. He can just fucking write the book.
It's like you've seen the battle, like numerous times. I've read this in like your last 2 books. I just watched that episode.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the nice thing about like the show and the books being different is that like you're not gonna be just reading the same story you've already seen,
Mm-hmm.
but like the ends will be the same.
Right. It's kind of like, okay, this is the only time I'm gonna reference Dragon Ball. It's like the super manga and the super anime when they were coherent and coincided. Like, it's the same plot line, but like different events can go on.
Well, that's the same thing with any manga and
Right.
anime, honestly. But that's because they always have to put in filler because the show takes a lot less time to make than the manga does.
Right. So what have you been up to, Eli?
Mostly just been looking at old games that are only like $10 on Steam.
Yeah, we heard
That
that
I'm
already.
like, man, I should buy them.
Well,
I mean, other than that, I've just been working.
Not doing anything else.
Playing Fortnite. What?
Well, I'm saying like if you
I
didn't
was
do
being-
anything
I'm sorry,
else,
that
then
sounded
you can
super
bring it up
ridiculous.
again.
I
Well,
was
yeah,
trying
I
to
should
joke.
be like, I mean, that's just like, I don't mention a lot of the stuff I'm doing on this podcast, because frankly, I don't want people to know.
I also don't mention a lot of other things that I do on this podcast. Not
That's
because
'cause-
I don't want anyone to know, but because I
Probably
just don't
porn
bring it up.
related.
No, I bring
You.
that up all the time.
Yeah, but do you bring all of it up? I don't feel like
Remember,
No,
he's the
not
local
all
porn
of it,
enthusiast.
but
local porn enthusiast, John. Anyway,
I was that last time.
other than that,
Or
I've
the
just
time
been
before.
watching the dumpster fire that is the Freeman game. Hunt down the Freeman.
Yeah.
That's been fun. Mostly because it's kind of nice to see a Half-Life game fail, I won't lie.
I am a fan of Half-Life, and I actually agree with that.
They're on my list of games to play that are only fucking $10. So
It's the high horse thing for
Wish
Half-Life
list.
people. Like,
I don't know. It's more just a Valve thing for me, even though Valve didn't
Yeah.
make this game. It's nice to see their universe fail.
I think one of the reasons it's failing is because Valve didn't do it.
Yeah, I feel like if Valve had made it, people would be definitely looking on the good side of things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Even if they had kind of made it
got
the
it.
same, I
Eliminate
feel
work,
like it would be
elimination
opposite.
chamber, and then we're getting ready for Fastlane tomorrow. That's what you've been doing. You've
Yeah, but
done-
Elimination
Oh.
Chamber was like 2
I
weeks
said
ago.
yeah, because we haven't had this for 2 weeks. So it's
I was
like-
gonna mention,
Oh, yeah,
you
that's
guys
true.
talked about wanting to do a Halo thing at some point.
I'd be down for a Halo
Yes.
thing. What are we talking about?
remember
Oh,
being
playing
legendary?
through the first one?
Yeah.
We gotta finish fucking Baldur's Gate yet, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do that. Oh, I may or may not have located a copy of Champions of Norath.
Oh, sweet.
Deal.
One that you have to spend like $106 on?
No, I made a request at the local library, you see. I'm a good patron.
Huh?
And bought it for $30.
Really?
It's a request.
Where?
I don't know.
What system?
PlayStation 2.
Zach, can we,
We
buy
gotta
your
get a
PlayStation
PlayStation.
2?
Oh, I forgot he has a
If
PlayStation
I
2.
can fild it.
Holy shit.
Zach, can I have your PlayStation 2?
Buy it for $20.
I think I actually still have two because my brother had one as well.
I probably
What the
would
fuck?
buy
Are they
it.
the
We had
fats or
several.
the slim?
It wouldn't
Fats.
matter to me. I would prefer the fat. I prefer the fat because the slim, if it suffers a decent enough impact, will start on fire.
Yeah.
This is what
Which is what happened to mine.
Oh my
Turn on
god.
fire.
Yeah, it actually worked afterwards.
Never.
That's gonna show up on that audio pretty bad actually. I just accidentally kicked the table.
Yeah, you have steel toe shoes, right?
Boots. They're technically composite toe.
Boots.
These are technically boots.
Technically shoes.
These are
Fuck right
technically
off.
shoe boots.
Eli's first.
Yeah, that makes them shoes first and boots afterwards.
Shoots and ladders.
They're shoes.
Footwear
Gil-
elitist, get the fuck out of
Gil,
here.
Whatever.
you watched the new Voltron, right?
Yes.
And how did you like that?
I feel the season needed to be longer, but
Oh!
it's because they split it
I
up
forgot
into-
something. Go ahead, you finish. Then I'll.
Can I
Read,
can I
not finish.
interject real quick with the Voltron?
John always
before-
finishes first. Anyway.
I mean,
John finishes first and last.
Okay.
Usually.
Well, like for me, you're totally right. I think that the season, it's season 4 and 5, right?
You-
5 just came out. 6 is coming out in June. That's what I mean. I think 4 and 5 should have been an entire season.
4 was supposed to go with 3 because that was the whole third season. 3 and 4 are supposed to go together, but
Okay.
they split it up. 5 and 6 are supposed to be one
Okay.
season, but they split it up.
Right. See,
It's
and
just
that's
so they can get more episodes out consistently. in a
right,
shorter
and
time.
that's very understandable. That's why when I thought about that, I thought they should have done that.
breaking
Like,
it up.
no, keeping it together and just keeping them just say the season and
I
you just
mean,
get
it
more
leaves
episodes.
people wanting more, which
Right.
is never a bad thing.
Right.
But it does.
I'm-
go
no,
down.
I'm
You
fine
know,
with the
unless it's
cliffhangers.
drugs,
Yeah.
specifically crack.
But yeah, no, I'm really liking Voltron, and I've also been rewatching some old NJPW stuff because Zach and I are trash.
I mean, I didn't watch any
No, but like
NJPW stuff.
we watch wrestling
Fuck is
stuff.
It's a
NJ.
New
wrestling
Japan
thing.
Pro
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when you say old, do you mean like back when Antonio Inoki ran it?
Yeah.
No one gives a
Shit.
fuck.
Yeah.
I do.
And
And
then I
the
was
one,
watching. Yeah.
and the 1% minority that could
You're
possibly
not
listen
people.
to us. We are also aliens, but we
Yeah.
are not orange.
Yeah.
By the way, John, what was up?
Oh yeah, I finally watched Your Name, which got an Oscar
Countdown?
nomination for.
Animation?
No, the movie's called Your Name. It's an animated movie, like an anime movie.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
It's going up against Boss Baby.
the Oscars already happened.
I know, but it went up against
I
Boss
don't
Baby.
know who won, but
I think
yeah,
it was Boss
it was
Baby.
like went up for Oscar nomination for best animated movie, and I think Coco might have won.
The Oscars
Yeah.
are meaningless. Fuck
I
them.
can't remember though. Actually, the Oscars are the one that are not that meaningless.
I disagree. The Oscars are meaningless.
You think so?
Any award only has the value someone puts on it.
Well, the
For
reason
instance, if you win Game of the Year and you're PUBG, you're not really Game of the Year. I
That-
don't give a fuck.
okay, that's different. See, the Oscars I actually really like because the people who nominate things for the
Are the
to win
critics.
Oscars, no, they're not the critics.
Oh, no.
They are the previous winners of said Oscar. So when you're given an Oscar nomination,
That
that's
doesn't mean anything.
that's the honor that comes with it because
That
you're
sounds fucking dumb.
no, that's not dumb. You're
It is
being
dumb.
you're being given the recognition from the people that you've
Yeah,
looked
but you're not
up to.
objective at all.
What are you talking about? I'm just not objective.
Like, if I fucking won a goddamn Oscar, and then they were like, oh yeah, so who's gonna win this time? And
No, they don't pick the winners, they pick the nominees.
That's still dumb.
No, it's not.
It's
It's
yeah,
like you're being given the recognition from the people you've looked up to
No,
your whole
That's
life.
dumb.
Well, you're dumb.
Oh,
Come up with a better solution
Grammys,
then.
you're dumb. Oscars.
Come up with a better
The fucking
solution.
people choose. That's all I want.
Well, the
Power
people.
to the people,
because
John.
PUBG
Rage
was
against
so
the machine.
probably
Yeah,
weird.
but then you have
It didn't win.
then you have bullshit like fucking Thor Ragnarok winning Best Picture.
Best comedy.
Best comedy.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And then
fuck
you'll
that.
realize that these awards are meaningless. That's all I want.
You're meaningless.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think-
am in the larger picture. I don't know what you want.
I don't think the winning is that big of a deal, but the nominations are a huge honor for the people that do get them.
No.
By the way, I finished Devilman Crybaby, and actually in one night watched all of the.
That's exactly how I watched it too. One day, because I was like, "Wow, this is fucking good."
A new anime they have on Netflix called
Kaguragori?
B.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
No one's good.
What's it called?
B. The
Just
beginning.
B? Oh.
Yeah.
I have not seen that.
Anyhow.
But I also watched Kagime-Negori.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it.
It's weird. It's okay.
I like it.
It's weird.
Moving on.
From to
What,
Trailers?
what are
Oh,
trailers,
okay.
yeah?
Well,
Yeah.
people are returning. There's a lot of returning things, like Mary
Christopher
Poppins.
Robin, Mary
Let me-
Poppins.
yeah, it was,
I mean,
in the words of
Wreck-It
Hale,
Ralph,
she
running
checked
out
out
of
her own
ideas.
ass.
There's only
Yeah,
14
it hasn't even
story
fucking
lines.
been like that.
I mean,
It's been like that for like
I
fucking
was
10
her.
years.
I would do it
Oh, it's
too.
been like a really long
Sequels
time.
Probably
You're
has
talking
a nice
some shit.
ass.
Probably. We didn't only get to see her full
it's
body,
Emily
so-
Blunt, so yeah.
There is a
Well,
movie
I mean,
called
she was checking herself out.
It's
That
Emily
was-
who?
There's a movie
Blunt.
called Gringo that's coming out soon. That was
On
like a
Netflix?
passion
No.
project for somebody.
Was it
And-
Amazon Video?
I don't know if it. Pretty sure it's coming to theaters.
I've
'cause
seen
it,
trailers for that too.
It
but I don't
just
remember
had
what
its
it is.
red carpet premiere not that long ago.
Oh yeah.
But I've heard some really, really good shit about it, and it is not a sequel / reboot. It is a brand new thing.
A guy gets kidnapped while trying to get like the copyrights to a weed pill. Was it or? What?
Yeah, something like that. I've heard some really good shit, so I'm kind of excited for that.
It does kind of look funny and really.
Dumb. Anyway, moving on to actual trailers.
All right, Christopher Robin returns, Mary Poppins returns, Wreck-It Ralph returns.
Wreck-It
I
Ralph
mean, we
kills
can
a
talk
fucking
about
rabbit.
them.
I'd rather
They're
not,
back.
I'll be honest.
What else is there to discuss?
Well, we were talking off mic about the Wreck-It Ralph like internet jokes being super old.
I
Wow,
was
I'm
in the
just,
bathroom when that
entirely.
happened, so.
I'm just saying, like a
I
lot
mean,
of
you
the
gotta
stuff.
realize they probably started writing this like 2 years ago. Now,
Yeah, maybe.
the jokes were still old then, but they weren't
As
old.
as old.
Well, they make a like pop-up reference, and it's like anybody that's running like any sort of ad blocker,
Kids don't run
antivirus
ad
software.
blocker.
They're on their parents' computers.
Their parents probably don't run ad blocker.
They probably at least run virus protection, which generally will block most pop-ups.
Maybe not.
I mean, I don't know what you use, but I don't.
I use whatever my mom tells me. She's a fucking IT person. I trust her.
That's probably a good person
Yeah,
to
no,
trust.
it's- I know it sounds weak when it's like, I use whatever my mom tells me to.
But then you follow up, but she's
she
an
does
IT
IT.
person.
No,
and it's
no.
Like, yeah, that's what she does.
But like
She
they
can
also,
get it to me for free.
it's also like a lot of cat jokes, and then like
To be
it,
fair, those have always like. It's not
Yeah.
even
This
old.
is
It's
the
just
internet.
like that's the internet.
it just seems like it's like an Icon has cheeseburger.
He also
level of-
killed a rabbit.
Oh, that was hilarious. Just force feeding that rabbit until it died.
You were the only one that was laughing.
I don't know, I'm
Gil
really-
is like giddy as a schoolboy at the end
I'm
of
really,
this
I'm really upset that they didn't go with the tagline "Ralph wrecks the internet" and they did "Ralph breaks the internet" instead. Like,
Maybe it was just too obvious to be like, no, it's
No.
too obvious.
it's a kids movie. It can be fucking obvious.
Eh.
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
I don't think they could do that with obvious if it's a kids movie.
Yeah.
What do you? Yeah, they could technically. They just can't show it.
No, man, all the kids are playing the Call of Duties these days.
Exactly.
The Christopher Robin trailer does look interesting.
Fucking
I'm mad
creepy.
because poo isn't bright neon yellow.
Wasn't
I mean,
neon?
he's yellow.
I like the idea that he's like the underglow from a fucking
Yeah.
like street racing.
Could be. He is like a bright fucking yellow.
Bright yellow is not neon.
Well, it's pretty fucking
Fucking
close.
glowing with fluorescent
Basically
gas inside
close.
of him.
Anyways,
Fuck.
I've seen a lot of people complaining that the Pooh Bear isn't a bright yellow color.
I can't believe that's like a legit thing.
Basically,
it's mo-
They
mostly
complained that Iron Fist wasn't an Asian.
Yeah, true.
You fucking kidding me right now?
everybody's complaining about that yellow man.
Everybody's complaining about
Yeah, everyone's
race
like,
lately.
man, make more things yellow.
The Asians are taking over.
Bears, Iron Fists, everything's gotta be
Iron
Asian.
Fist. Make them all Asian.
When are we? Oh, we technically do our getting an
golden
Asian
bears,
Batman.
to be fair.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
But,
that's
I
right.
mean, they're
Batman
more like
Ninja.
a
Batman is Asian now
brownish
too.
yellow color.
Yes! We are taking over the world.
But anyways,
What?
nobody gives a shit about Christopher Robin.
I think it looks creepy
I
as
don't know,
fuck.
like- I don't know, like, people, like...
Well,
like
yeah,
the third
there's
of a horror
people
movie.
like my
Yeah.
parents' age,
Who
like, that was
bats?
No,
their
no,
child.
okay,
Go
so
back.
I should rephrase that.
Kill them all.
Yeah, that's what I was
People
thinking.
who already care about poo are gonna care about this.
So like every bitch that has a tattoo.
Yeah,
is
so
this
like
one?
every fat trailer trash white bitch that has like an Eeyore tattoo.
Alright. I take offense to that,
Why?
fully knowing that my mom likes Eeyore.
You should take more.
Goddamn.
You should. Does she have an Eeyore tattoo?
No, she'd never get a fucking...
Then
well,
she doesn't fit
now,
in that category.
I'm just gonna say, I don't think so. How the fuck would I know?
Okay, so does your mom have an Eeyore tattoo, weigh at least 380, smoke crap loads of menthols, and probably do meth on the side?
I'm gonna
Has,
say
like,
no.
six kids.
At least 2 to 3 times in her
I'm gonna
life.
say no.
All right, then
Not
your
at all.
mom is exempt from the people
Mom-
that I'm talking
He's
about.
just like, fat, trailer, trash, bitch. I was like, oh, Jesus. Really lambasting my family here,
Like, I
John.
immediately noticed that describes my mom.
I hope Eli's mom doesn't listen to this one.
Probably not.
Do any of our families listen to this except for Kian's?
Eli's mom listens
She listens
occasionally.
to some of them, yeah.
And then she's
And
like,
then she's
oh, my
the-
son hangs
No,
out
she-
with a person like that John Dean.
You're the only person she doesn't think is funny.
Really?
Whoa!
That really doesn't surprise me. Most people's moms don't think I'm very funny when I...
gold.
He's like the funniest person here.
Generally,
Oh,
but
God.
most
I'm
people's...
silver. The rest of y'all are bronze.
Okay.
I would. What are you
Most-
talking
I'm pretty
about?
sure
not
like
funny.
Eli and like I don't
She
think
likes
Eli.
the interactions between
I am
me
not
and you, but she
funny.
doesn't like your overly sexual humor.
That's exactly
And
why.
she's like, man, you're all a bunch of young males, I get it, but he's over the top.
Well, yeah, it's...
It's a character
I
on
love
the
how we're
internet.
going
No,
on
no,
Mom's
no.
review of the podcast.
No.
I don't like this at all.
No, I kind of like this sort of thing. Like, we just get to hear about
I
feedback
don't
from
like to
general
advertise that she listens to it. 'Cause it's like, oh, that's weak.
people. Why?
Weak sauce.
I'm sure most people that run some...
And then also, I know my brother listened to a couple as well.
I know that, like, most people...
I told him not to continue because I get pretty racist sometimes. I didn't want to have to
Explain that.
I'm
go into
sure
that
that,
fight.
Just as long as your sister-in-law doesn't hear it.
See, anybody that knows or has listened to a bunch of these podcasts will know that a lot of the reason why I think anything sexual is really funny is because I'm generally the opposite of most of the American public, where, like, I probably wouldn't let my 13-year-olds play Call of Duty, but if they saw a couple of titties in a rated R movie, I wouldn't be that upset about it.
I feel like you would let your 13-year-olds play Call of Duty.
I mean, maybe, but
And
that's...
probably shoot guns in real life on the
Well,
side.
that's probably kind of why. But that's mostly because, like, when I grew
Teach
up...
him how to hide guns in a trench coat.
The
Jesus
first...
Christ!
That I
man.
probably wouldn't do.
Oh my god!
I
I
think-
wouldn't have to. It's a trench coat.
Yeah, true. You could literally put, like, a fucking howitzer in that shit. Anyways, the first time I shot a gun, I was probably only, like, 6. So...
Jesus.
But, I mean, it was only, like, a little 22. I was shooting at, like, a
little
bird.
pansy 22.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the most
It's a
effective
pansy
home
gun.
defense weapon.
Barely.
No, it is. No, barely about it.
What are you talking about?
Because it's easy to hit your opponent and you're not going to blind and deafen yourself.
Yeah, true.
And if you hit someone, they'll run. It's a
I
fight or
feel
flight.
like
They would
a
have to
musket-
be like full on meth or crack to withstand getting hit by any bullet.
Yeah.
I feel like
Well, that's
a
the thing,
musket
is, like,
would work better.
If I fucking
If I'm-
tomahawk chop you, you're gonna run out of the fucking room.
If I'm going for home defense, the first thing I'm going to reach for is a double barrel.
and then,
'cause
you're
it's
and
slightly
then if you
shorter
miss
than-
the first shot, you're not gonna be
I
able
have
to
one
see
more.
or hear.
I have one. I don't need to see or hear.
Dude.
I'm shooting a double barrel. It
Double tap.
spreads like a 12 feet radius circle the instant it exits the barrel.
And you're gonna fucking put holes in your walls and
I don't care about that if some murderer comes in my house.
fucking should.
I wouldn't. Anyways, Yeah, I'm sad that your mom doesn't like my humor, but
No.
I'll get over it.
I mean, she likes basically anything that doesn't just go overly sexual.
Let's make the rest of this overly sexual then.
Figures. Most people that are regular people don't like my overly sexual jokes and such.
Imagine they don't like my racism. Anyway,
Getting back to the news, Tommy Wiseau's coming out with a new movie.
That no one cares about.
Oh, we fucking skipped all the trailers here.
Did
I'm pretty sure we
anyone-
talked
Yeah,
about a
literally.
majority of them.
Scary
Well,
Love.
no. What was fucking Lost in Space?
oh yeah,
It's a Netflix
Who
series.
knows?
yeah. It was
Oh
a Netflix
yeah,
series
it's
of
that
jumping around
reboot
on
of the
planets.
other Lost in Space.
Yeah,
I think
we
we already
said-
talked about this because I mentioned how watching black and white
Yeah, we
television
Yeah.
was sometimes hard for me.
Yeah, we did, but now there's a trailer out. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't watch it.
I feel like this.
I've
is
been
dumb.
reading a little bit into this, and I am still excited because they're going to be doing something different with the show. At
Why
least.
do you think it's dumb though, Gil?
It just doesn't look appealing or interesting or like anything more.
I think
I have heard
As
that
I said,
some.
the trailer really didn't give a lot.
Yeah, I
I
have
don't know
heard
what's
that
going
some
on.
people are a little worried because they've heard like the premise behind the storyline, and it does almost kind of sound boring, like just kind of uneventful. So
Alright,
We did-
I'll
we
probably
did-
at least check it out.
Illumination's coming out with the Grinch.
Oh, the animated
Yeah.
Grinch. Yeah, we
Oh,
talked
there's
about it
no
a little
Jim
bit.
Carrey.
Where
Yeah, it's still
Yeah.
Jim Carrey.
we weren't too into Benedict Cumberbatch being the
Yeah, I'm
Grinch.
not a big fan of it.
I don't think he's a bad actor. I just don't think that
If you
this.
did it in the smog voice, I'd take it.
Maybe because that would be interesting.
That'd be really
it would be
cool.
really
This
weird.
huge booming voice every time
Yeah.
the Grinch opens his fucking mouth.
I just imagine like
Just cause
that
avalanches
that's-
and shit.
That scene where he yawns is just like a big roar and the's fire shooting out of his mouth.
Awaken me from my slumber.
But yeah, he just really doesn't fit it personality wise.
I just don't understand why they decided we need an animated Grinch when the one with Jim Carrey was so great. And
Yeah,
then the other
I
yeah.
think
one,
a lot of people
Yeah.
actually don't like Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
and then the other
Yeah,
old
there's a
animated
lot
one
of
still
people
did
that
it pretty
don't
I
good.
don't like the Jim Carrey one.
I do.
What is
It's
wrong
fine.
with
I
you?
think
It's-
I think
it's
Jim
all
Carrey's
good.
the only
You're not
good thing
people,
about
you
that.
don't get an
movie.
opinion.
I think Jim
Slowly
Carrey's
going
the,
around. Who's still people? Gil?
bringing that racism back.
Yay.
I think Gil's still people and I'm still people, and that's it. Not even
Wait, how is
racism.
Yeah,
John
okay,
not
yeah.
still people?
Because I'm diabetic.
Oh.
Diabetic, yeah. It's not racism, it's elitism. Get it right, fuckers.
It's a little bit of racism.
Anyway,
Fucking proletariat.
You just called a colored person not
Plebeians.
a person. Well, at least now you're not a
It's
colored
literally
person.
the three-fifths compromise.
See, but you're bringing race into this. I'm calling him not a person because he's beneath me.
Alright, fine.
Not because
Can
of
I-
his race,
can
because
I
of
be
his
half a person if
economical
I-
stature.
Can I be half a person if I say I like the Jim Carrey Grinch
Give
one?
you 3/5. Anyway, moving on.
Yes!
That's more than a half.
I know.
Anyway,
I'm more than half a
3/5
person.
compromise,
Thank
though.
God.
It's a good one.
Scary Love. That's
I
the
don't
new
remember
Tommy
what-
Wiseau movie.
Oh, is that
yeah.
what it's called?
He just drops a rose.
Yeah, they
shows
literally
Scary
didn't
I
Love.
was
show
like, yeah, I
anything.
forgot we watched that.
And then there's
30
a
seconds.
waitress.
What's the other Tommy Wiseau movie that is?
Best friend.
Yeah,
The
at
second.
least they showed something in that. But like in both of them, they didn't give any lines from. And this was my complaint with the other trailer too. They didn't show any lines from Tommy Wiseau
Yeah, of course
because
they
they're
did.
like,
It's fucking
they're
voice
like,
is
all right.
cancer.
So the only thing that we have going for us is that people won't know if it's good acting.
That'd
So
be,
they'll go to the movie to
find
see
out.
if Tommy Wiseau
that'd be
has.
like if Ozzy Osbourne was in a movie. I wouldn't show any lines from him.
Yeah, probably not.
To be fair, he was in Austin
But people,
Powers,
people would know.
Well,
That
yeah,
was-
but he was
That was a
playing
while
himself.
ago. You gotta realize.
And he was basically just playing himself.
though.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
also
you're
like
right.
20 years ago. So you know.
Like, well, I mean,
was
Ozzy's in Little
Goldmember out,
Nicky too, and
2002?
he's fine in that.
What the fuck is Little Nicky?
Oh, that's the Adam Sandler movie
Yeah,
where
but he rarely he
Adam
just bit
Sand-
a fucking dude's head off.
Well, yeah, but it was a bat, and
Yeah.
he has like 3 lines.
Yeah.
But still, like he just played himself, so it worked. Little Nicky is an Adam Sandler movie where Adam Sandler plays the son of the
Satan.
devil.
Yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne.
It's
Devil?
actually really funny.
Oh.
No, Ozzy Osbourne is like a summon that he brings up to
Yeah.
bite the head off of a bat. It's really funny. I actually think we should watch it sometime.
It's
Yeah.
on Netflix. I
You've
think.
caught my interest. Anyway.
It's pretty good.
And it's about
Surprisingly.
metalhead, so I think
Speaking
you'd
of
actually
Adam
enjoy it.
Sandler movies, wasn't that one on there?
Yeah. The
Oh
week
yeah,
of.
the week of.
I'm not.
Yeah.
This has been turning out really well for transitions.
I'm
This-
not a big Adam Sandler fan.
I'm not either, but
I
I
like
like
Yeah.
Chris Rock.
there are. Yeah, I like Chris Rock, and then there are like certain movies from Adam Sandler that I do think are really good.
Yeah,
I really like
it could be good.
Ridiculous 6.
Yeah.
I really like Little Nicky. I
Yeah.
still think Big Daddy's a good movie.
I like
Yes.
that one.
As much as like half of the movie is really shit, I think 51st Dates is good.
Did you guys already say Happy Gilmore?
Yeah.
Yeah, Happy Gilmore is a
Yeah,
good movie.
That's a good
I like
one.
that.
Waterboy.
Happy Gilmore
Waterboy
and
is
Waterboy
funny.
are like
Longest
the
Yard.
obvious
Yeah,
good movies.
well, that and The Longest
like the
Yard.
ones
Billy
that
Madison.
The Longest
was
Yard wasn't really an Adam
Is
Sandler
Billy
movie,
Madison
though.
the
Yeah,
one where he
no.
goes back
He
to
was
school?
in it.
Yeah. Billy Madison was good. Oh, Doyle's rule.
Anyway, so
I am
it could
the
be good, I
smartest
don't know.
man
Adam Sandler
Yeah.
movies are like a 50-50 chance of just complete trash humor or like good.
Yeah.
So how factual are these news articles? Because it feels weird that Tommy Wiseau would be like, "Yo, Mark, you wanna get me into these Academy Award
Yeah,
ceremonies?"
he did, and it was weird. Like, he tweeted Mark Hamill, and Mark Hamill's like, I'm taking my wife.
Aww.
Which is understandable. Like,
Well, I mean, like-
Wiseau is his wife. I don't know why.
He
Who
could
the
become the new Marky Mark, and
What
Tommy
kinda-
Wiseau could be a part of his funky bunch.
But who the fuck would invite Tommy Wiseau to any sort of award ceremony?
So
That's
they
the
just be
thing.
like, Tommy,
So-
that's the reason you're not already invited.
Of course, he had to ask
you
someone
weird
to
voiced
bring him.
fuck.
I mean, Franco, I think, took him to the Golden Globe. Was it the? I think it was. The
Well,
Golden
that's
Globes.
because he won a Golden Globe
Yeah.
for a movie pretending to be Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
That's the only reason he
Dude,
brought
he
him.
snapped that mic from because Tommy was about to say that Franco's like, nah.
I don't know. I didn't watch that one.
That was funny.
I
You
don't
should-
give a shit. They're worthless. We already talked about this. Anyway.
Yeah, we did. But the only reason I like the Oscars is because you get nominated by your peers.
Why Mark
Yeah, who
Hamill?
else
though?
likes the
I don't know.
Oscars?
Maybe they're old and they look.
Crazy.
I don't fu-
He probably
It's
doesn't
actually
anymore
very interesting.
because he doesn't get to go.
We can still go.
No, he can't actually.
What?
You have to be
Banned
like,
from the
no,
Oscars?
he has to be like invited, and they're obviously not going to invite him.
They might. People
Right.
could bring him
I think-
along.
Well, yeah, maybe, but I
Mark
doubt
Hamill
he was
probably
going
brought
to.
Kevin Spacey.
It is
God,
his wife.
no.
The directors of Game Night are confirmed to be directing the Flashpoint movie starring Ezra Miller.
So it's gonna be a comedy,
What's
and it's
Game-
gonna.
Game Night is that movie, that comedy movie that had the guy from The Hangover.
Is this when they kidnap him?
Galifianakis?
No, not that
Paul
one.
Rudd?
Yeah, I think Paul
No,
Rudd.
no, no,
No,
no. This
Paul
had Jason Bateman in it.
Isn't he from The Hangover?
He's not.
Oh,
Game Night's-
you're right. He's from something else that's kind of like The Hangover.
Arrested Development. I know it's not like The Hangover, but that's like what he's famous.
I'm trying to
known
think of
for.
what movie I'm thinking
Jason
of.
Bateman?
Yeah, Jason Bateman was in Arrested Development. He plays the dad.
Arrested Development.
He's
Yeah.
in that
I was
show
thinking of The Office
Ozark.
for whatever reason.
He's in that show
Yeah.
Ozark on Netflix that we were surprised he was in because it's a serious show and we've never seen him do anything serious.
Yeah.
But
He's
the
also in Horrible Bosses.
yes, and the premise of the movie is,
Oh, yeah,
for
it is
Game
Jason,
Night is
yeah.
that they're like playing a game of some sort, and then it turns out it's real, and whatever.
Jumanji.
Like a guy
No.
gets kidnapped and
It's-
they think it's a
Oh,
scenario.
I do
yeah,
remember that.
It's
actually.
like that, and then there's like the scene where a guy pulls a gun out on a lady, and she's like, "Wait, don't shoot! I have kids." And he's like, "Not with that ass, you don't."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, I think I don't know." I laughed at the trailer quite a bit, but I haven't seen the movie, so I don't think it's out yet, is
It
it?
is out.
Is it?
Jay and I
Okay.
saw it. It was okay.
Wonder Woman 2 may have found its cheetah, as Warner Bros. Is reportedly stating that they've had talks with Kristen Wiig for that role.
She's
Cheetah?
Why?
she's from the
Why?
Ghostbusters reboot.
The one that nobody asked for.
She
and
on
nobody
SNL?
wanted.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I really liked anything she was in. Now that I'm thinking about it.
I haven't really liked a
She
whole
kind of
lot
filled
of
that
new
like
SNL
wacky,
stuff.
weird girl role, and it was weird.
Yeah,
There's a couple of new
the,
SNL skits.
the
on
problem
there.
with them trying to fill the wacky, weird girl thing for me is that used to be Tina Fey and
Amy Poehler.
nothing. No,
Well,
Yeah,
I
to
was.
some degree.
Yeah, it was
It became a comedy duo.
I
Amy
don't know, I haven't
Poehler,
really-
but,
No, I mean like they were on at the same time. When they
Yeah,
were
for a little while.
I really
but
haven't watched SNL since Bill.
nobody
Hader
can
and
ever replace Tina Fey.
Andy
She's in it.
Samberg left.
She is 100% Bay AF.
Yeah.
He gets
Let's
it.
keep.
Yeah.
Tina Fey, she's like sexy Sarah Palin.
That sounds
I
Her
terrible.
know.
mom's probably not gonna like that joke.
DC Films producer
Probably
Charles.
wouldn't care.
DC Films producer Charles Robin talks about future films in their slate, promising a series of movies that are unique and different from each other, which means it gets darker and grittier every time, and Batman shoots 10 more orphans.
No, after Justice League, you
Shoots
could
10 other orphans. Like, one of you could be the next Batman.
I did finally see
Dodge this bullet.
Justice League.
Russian roulette with the orphans. Like, the one who
How
doesn't
did you like
die
Justice
gets to be
League,
the next
John?
Batman.
Justice League is
No,
a
he chose
weird
a
fucking
clip.
movie.
One of these
Weird
is blank.
movie.
Have fun figuring it out.
Like, I went into Justice League being like, everybody hates this. I'm probably gonna see why. And I don't know. I'm not gonna take it like it has to be accurate to comics or the show. It was fucking dumb. It was fucking dumb. Batman was a legitimate pussy. Like, okay, yeah, it was fine, but it was like over the top pussy. Like, he's all like, we can't do this if we don't have Superman. And then Superman comes back to life, and he's like hiding behind a truck, and he's like, we gotta ask Superman to help us, but you go over there and ask him, make sure it's okay before
It
do.
wasn't even that. He like spent like 5 minutes running out there after everyone else just ran out there.
Yeah.
Or
And they got their
out
ass
there.
kicked, and then he ran out there, and then Superman made a shitty line and beat the piss out of him.
Well, yeah. I don't know. It was just really fucking dumb. And there was so much downtime in that movie, too. Like, it was what? Like, almost 3 hours? And, like,
2 hours and 30 minutes.
In the new Star
it
Wars.
felt like it was,
Anyway.
like, 3 hours. But it was, like, fucking maybe, like, 20, 30 minutes of conflict. And the rest of it is Batman being like, I'm Batman, you should team up with me. And they'd be like, you're Batman, I should team up with you.
Man.
Fucking Jedi mind trick.
It's basically
I'm
what it
Batman,
felt
you
like.
should team up with me. You're Batman, and I should team up with you.
And see, that was another thing that I didn't
Wanna buy
really
some
like
death
about
sticks?
it. Yeah. That was another thing I didn't like
I
about
wanna
it.
buy
Because
some
it was
death
like,
sticks.
normally, like, with the Justice League, it's like,
That's how Wayne Enterprises makes its money.
everybody forms up a big group, and then they're all like, Batman's like, I don't really do this team thing, but here's my card, call me if you need me, and then fucks off for like an entire season
Yeah.
until the big bad guys
Yeah.
show up,
No, yeah, you're
and
right.
then he punches Darkseid or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Breaks his wrist.
And yeah, and then in this one, it's just like, I'm Batman. I'm a useless human being. Please help me. Which I did like a little bit, yes. But, I don't know, it just felt like they went way too far with the Batman's a fucking puss.
Also,
Oh.
Wonder Woman just destroyed a man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wonder Woman was like basically
Vaporized
Superman's replacement in
into
this
the ground.
movie, which I actually thought was cool.
I mean, she kind of is. She's pretty powerful.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's basically like a female Superman
Nah,
with slightly less
Superman
powers.
with tits.
Yeah, which is better.
Can't disagree with that
I was
logic.
really disappointed that like Cyborg, Aquaman, and Flash didn't really do much in this movie at all.
And
Flash got fucking
is kind of
humiliated.
excusable because like they
Yeah, well, he's not really like a fighter, but he's
yeah
just
they
fast.
kind of address that.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
Cyborg, yeah, they never show him do
But
anything.
yeah, it's
other
really
than hack
disappointing.
into
That,
fucking science.
yeah,
for
it's really
something, I don't know.
dumb. The hacking thing is like really stupid because they're like looking for these fucking. And we can spoil this if you haven't seen it already. It's your own fault.
It's not that great.
It's
of a
not
movie.
your fault.
It's
yeah,
really
just
not that
bad.
great of a movie, but
We
they're
also spoiled it on our podcast.
they're
so,
looking.
like,
Well, yeah, but that was like a legitimate review of the movie. This is just here we are.
Okay.
Anyways, they're looking for like these things or whatever.
Mother
And-
boxes.
yeah, the mother box. And everybody's fucking like been looking for this shit since like the dawn of Jesus.
No, they haven't been looking for him.
I thought that.
No,
No,
they
no,
hit
they
them
hid
on
them.
purpose.
Well, yeah,
dumbass.
I know they hid them on purpose, but like they looked for them forever when they were trying to find them.
Yeah.
They
And
looked
then-
for him for like fucking 2 days.
And then
No,
Cyborg's
no, the legend.
Yeah.
They had a legend, and then Steppenwolf left. Remember?
yeah,
Okay, yeah, you're right. Steppenwolf brought the mother box, and
they
then
weren't looking for him. They fucking hit him.
Yeah, no,
They were
but-
looking for them. The Justice League was looking for them after the fact.
well, yeah,
for
that's-
like 2 days.
which is still a decent amount of time to look for something
really
when
because they weren't that great of a team.
Cyborg legitimately just hacks, like plugs in his Ethernet cable and looks on the internet and finds it in like 2 minutes.
Dial-up.
Yeah, he literally just like finds it in a minute. His eyeballs like spinning and heating up and shit.
It's over.
He gets the fucking spinning rainbow thing of death.
Overheats from dial.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't
Has
forget
like the
it.
Xbox One fan system turns on and just blows all the hot air out the side of his
idea that
head.
his dad made him a cyborg out of old fucking consoles.
He
Just
look-
shitty outdated
looks like a
technology.
bunch of like Mac computers that you took your AR book reports on in elementary school. Fucking awesome. But, no, this is just a really fucking dumb movie. And then they like hint at Green Lantern. Well, they didn't really hint at Green Lantern. He was literally in there at the like in the beginning.
And then he's never in here. Anyway,
Yeah, and then he's just not a
What are
part
we
of it.
actually supposed to be talking about here? I'm so confused.
It had
How the movies are going to be different from
Yeah,
each
it
other.
had
now.
to do with Justice League in some way.
Yeah, and
I've heard that there's a possibility that Raven from the Teen Titans will be getting a new comic book series here soon, so I'm kind of excited for that.
Wonder Woman composer.
Like her own solo series, not like another Teen Titans thing.
Don't even
Anyways.
give a care.
Well, I give a little bit of a care.
Give a little bit. All
I
right.
like Raven. She's like literally like fucking one of the most interesting DC
You
characters
edgelord,
ever.
Fuck you.
And not really like an edgelord thing. It's like she's like technically not a superhero, but she's like the daughter of this omnipotent demon force who's trying to take over Earth, using her as a gateway, and like she's fighting him the whole time. I don't know. It's an interesting storyline.
You could just watch Deathstroke.
I mean, yeah, I like Deathstroke too,
Gil.
but
Speaking of DC things, Wonder Woman composer Rupert Gregson Williams is returning to DCEU to score James Wan's Aquaman movie, which
Yeah.
comes out later this year.
You know what I'm not excited for?
It's just gonna be Aquaman's theme as well.
Aquaman,
alright with
Aquaman.
That banana nana nana.
I
I don't.
don't mind it.
I didn't actually mind the score for Wonder Woman.
Yeah, there's not a lot
You're
of music
literally
that I
the
don't
only
like.
person that has a problem with
I
that
hate
music.
that.
He's not the only people on the internet don't.
How
like
much
it.
of this is DC related? Good God.
They are doing a lot.
Yeah.
To be fair.
They're starting filming for Suicide Squad 2 in October.
Which
in
they
the United
shouldn't.
Kingdom.
Mm,
So they did it.
It
They did
won't
the
be.
first one in Canada.
Would be.
But it
Now they're
won't.
going to the UK for the next one.
Yeah, well, see,
Margot
the
Robbie.
UK gets a lot.
Yeah, that could be good.
Revenue-wise,
But
they
that
get-
would be it.
Well,
Is
they can
Jared
bring
Leto
in
in this
other
one?
people.
Just imagine how
Will Smith's
awful
there.
next Halloween is going to be, though.
Yeah.
I don't go out on Halloween, John.
Yeah, well, I do. I get rigorously drunk and
Drink in your house like a normal
Yeah.
person.
And then
Drink
he'll leave.
alone.
But I don't want to because
you
it's
look
Halloween.
For people to fight, you fuck.
That's not always true. That was one time, possibly multiple times.
Multiple
I
times you tried to
don't
fight Gil. What are you
I
talking
don't
about?
remember every time I've blacked out.
The writer-director of Mission Impossible, Christopher McQuarrie, is considered.
Do we know which Mission Impossibles?
He's what?
The current one.
The current.
I don't
That's
know.
what I would
Yeah.
guess. So
All I know is
Because
that
like James Wan did one of them.
he's thinking about doing Green Lantern.
I don't know. Maybe.
I want Green Lantern to have another chance, but I don't want someone who's gonna make shit decisions to do it.
Have
So you
Tommy
just don't
Wiseau
want
do
Green
it.
Lantern. Tommy Wiseau,
That-
Green Lantern.
It does sound like that is what I want. I really
Oh.
do want a Green Lantern,
That'd be so
but
good.
I don't think
Oh,
anybody.
Tommy was- I thought-
I
Tommy
don't think.
Wiseau's gonna be Green
The
Lantern.
voice acting
Oh
on
my
that
God.
bitch.
I really don't
Oh,
think.
hi.
Okay, but mixing that voice acting with the shit
hi,
CGI in
Kilowog.
the Green Lantern
You
movie
are tearing
would
me.
probably
I don't
make
know
for a
the
really good
characters
movie.
for
No,
Green
how
Lantern.
about-
You're tearing me
How about-
apart, Sinestro.
What you do is you get Tommy was like he'll voice act it, but then you just get The Rock as the stand-in.
Oh my
and you
God.
do Tommy Wiseau's voice over The Rock.
Dude, that'd be the funniest
I'd probably
shit
watch
ever.
that.
I would watch
But,
that repeatedly.
No, I really
Hollywood
want
hire
a
me.
Green Lantern movie, but I really don't think after the flop that was the already made Green Lantern movie
I don't know.
that anybody who would do a really good job with it is ever gonna try and take it.
I disagree.
More
I
posters.
think eventually when Disney buys it, they'll.
Yeah, that's possible.
Speaking of Disney properties, Infinity War has some new posters.
There's a hyperlink. You should-
There.
And
What?
Thanos and the Black Order posters.
Thanos in the Black Order. What?
The African American Order. I'm sorry, it's 2018.
I'm getting
I
my
thought,
shotgun.
Gil.
No,
Oh my god.
Is that a
They're the
Balrog in
It's
the
a
background?
really
What the
dark
fuck?
poster.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be the African American Order,
Those
not
aren't
the
black people at all.
Caucasian late order.
There's
no,
one
I mean,
dude
like,
that's
I'm
purple.
just saying, like, I don't know.
Texture wise,
He still looks like
Lighting.
a testicle, though.
he looks.
Is this actual graphic from the movie, or is this like
No,
drawn?
I think
It's
this,
just a
this is
poster.
drawn. This is like a poster and
Oh, okay.
advertising. It reminds me of fucking KOTOR's poster on the line.
Yeah, kinda.
Fire in the background, shit.
After curating the soundtrack for Ryan Coogler? Coogler's Black Panther, Kendrick Lamar says he wants to play the villain in Black Panther 2.
I would be pretty down.
I want to see that.
That would be dope.
No,
But what would it like?
The end battle better be a freestyle.
Okay, but
no,
Rap.
you know,
maybe not like the
no, you
main
know
villain.
Yeah.
He'd end
A
up
side
being
villain?
like,
Well,
what's his
just
fucking
a
Iron
villain.
Man 3? With the
War
M.
Machine.
No, with the M.
Mandarin.
Mandarin.
Oh, the
He'd
Mandarin.
be that type of like villain where they'd take someone who's like known for this, then just be like, yeah, but you're not gonna be him because
Well,
you're
they-
Kendrick Lamar and
They
you suck
they
dick.
technically retconned
So,
the
Kung Fu
Mandarin
Kenny.
in Iron Man 3 situation because people were so pissed off about that.
Yeah, well, fucking.
But
yeah.
so I don't
Would
think
be
they
good.
do that again.
I think.
But I could see them maybe being like, yeah, you could probably not have like the main villain.
Disney's got massive titanium balls. I think
But,
they'd do
yeah,
anything.
but like a secondary villain, maybe they'd.
Yeah, like I don't think Kendrick would be a good main villain for the.
No, he
entire
might be. We don't really know how he is as an actor.
Turns out they're making him look like the gag villain, but he's secretly been the mastermind the whole
Mastermind.
time.
As long as he does
Aaron
more
Zeno?
music for the second one,
Kendrick
I'd be
is
down with it.
Thanos.
Did you watch it? Have you watched it yet?
I haven't watched the movie, but that album has been released for a long time.
Yeah, it's really good.
Anyway, Black Panther continues to clean out the box office, and its success has actually led to a rise in black cat adoptions.
Hmm.
So if that warms your heart.
I don't even know
That's
how
actually
you
kinda
prove
nifty.
that is science. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna say I feel like that's just.
Why'd you
not
adopt
a
this
thing.
cat? All Black Panther.
Oh, that makes sense.
See, that actually kind of almost bothers me a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, oh, I saw this movie that's about
Like
a guy that wears a black cat suit, and then they just go adopt a cat. That's
It's
not.
better than what I heard him say in my mind.
Like
That's
what
not
happened?
Kids, but
Oh.
Like
that's what I heard. And then I was like, that can't be
Kittens.
right. And then I was like,
Kittens.
oh, cats.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
But no, that's not a very responsible, like, pet owner decision right
Like
there.
what happened when they came out with 101
I'm gonna get this black
Dalmatians.
Yeah,
cat,
where a
it'll
bunch
go
of people
great with my
adopted a bunch of
Rottweiler.
dogs, and then they just were like, oh, wait, no, I have to actually take care of this thing.
And Dalmatians
And
are
just
like.
kind of got rid of them.
Dalmatians are fucking douchebags.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Dalmatian fan.
Goddamn, they're douchebags and they're not a smart dog. In my experience,
just look
kinda
kinda
dumb.
cool.
They don't.
I like them.
Apparently,
They are
Marvel
dumb, though.
is doing
Any
a
dog has
secret
spots.
Silver
Not
Surfer
all dogs
movie.
have spots. Dumbass.
Yeah,
No, I said any
they
dog
got
can
have
they
spots.
got
Yeah, true.
a potential writer.
Nice.
Doctor Strange star Benedict Cumberbatch hints that Marvel Comics multiverse could be making its way to the MCU movies during Phase 4.
Surprise!
So that's a thing.
Of course, they're gonna make a movie multiverse. So
Well,
then
I
they
mean,
can
they're
do it.
already
absolutely.
making a big cinematic universe.
Marvel
and
versus
they,
zombies.
the problem with doing like a big cinematic universe is that if they ever want to make some sort of movie that goes out of the canon of that universe, nobody's gonna be like, fuck this movie. So they have to do like a multiverse situation.
Alright, following his rehabilitation in Black Panther, Bucky's going to take up the role of a hero called White Wolf.
Oh,
White
my
Knight.
God.
Oh wow,
Cool.
Yeah.
we gonna get some new graphics on that metal arm then?
Maybe. You might just get a new one. White.
Just
Where's
replace
my
that.
torch?
Just replace that that little red diamond thing on his fucking metal arm with a swastika or what?
Who knows, but we'll be able to see him in Infinity War. So get ready for the White Wolf to team up with the Black Panther,
I
guys.
call it my white sight. I really hope, like, no, because
It's
like,
quite right.
no, but the Black Panther wanted to kill him in
The
Civil
first
War.
one,
I hope
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the thing. It's just like black versus white, who wins?
Oh gosh. Veteran producer Simon
Hope Zemo
Kinberg.
comes back.
What?
I liked Zemo. Said I hope Zemo comes back.
He's locked away.
He'll come back.
In a
He's,
box.
he's
Well,
the only villain they
any-
haven't killed.
Okay, anybody they don't kill comes back, no matter what. Anybody that doesn't die is gonna come back.
In one
When
way
they
or
do
another.
die, they generally tend to come back.
Superheroes, supervillains, regular fucking people.
Billions.
Yeah,
Millions.
Goddamn
billions.
Billions and billions and
Did you
billions.
see in comics though, real quick? Norman Osborn fused with the Carnage symbiote. He's now
Yeah.
the Red Goblin.
Yeah, it's kind of cool actually.
He looks pretty metal as fuck.
Makes sense. They're both crazy and want to
Yeah.
murder people.
Yeah.
Veteran producer Simon Kinberg is reportedly still attached to write the Star Wars film to which he and Josh Trank were attached. Don't know which one. Is that 9?
Josh Trank did Chronicles and Fan Four Stick.
Chronicles
Yeah.
of?
No, it's Chronicles. It's the kids with mental psychic powers.
Oh, I've never heard of
It was like Akira.
that. I was like,
Chronicles
Chronicles
of
of Narnia?
No.
Chronicles
Chronicle.
of Riddick?
Do we know what
This is
movie
called
that they
Chronicle.
were attached to make?
No, they're supposed
Because
to
I
be
know
an
it's not
anthology
episode
film.
10, but I'm
Boba
wondering
Fett?
if it's...
Boba Fett.
Yeah, it more than likely is either a Boba Fett or a Yoda
Bob
movie
A.
of something.
Feet.
Feet? How many?
It's a robot chicken thing.
R2D2.
I
a
got
Star
a
Wars
package
story.
here for Mr. Bob A. Feet. It's like,
C-3PO.
Yeah,
Star Wars
outside.
story.
Lol.
Okay,
He is only 8 feet, like a foot tall.
Mr. Bob A. Feet.
He probably wouldn't have died
Mr.
so
Feet.
easily if he was only a foot tall.
He probably would have died soon.
Mark Hamill.
Kick him all the time.
He would have been crushed.
Yeah, but he would have been low enough that he wouldn't have got hit with that
Jabba would
lightsaber
have
by
fucking
accident.
ran
No,
over
but
his
just like
ass.
kick him and then his jetpack just
Oh yeah, I guess.
Oh shit.
Anyway, Mark Hamill refuses to believe that Luke Skywalker died in Ryan Johnson's Star Wars The Last Jedi, but rather he teleported somewhere.
Well, yeah, technically he didn't die.
Yeah, he's a force
He
ghost.
became one with the Force. It's different than death,
Probably teleports all over the place because he can do that.
because he's a Force ghost
Yeah.
now.
I like the idea though that the actor for him is just in denial. Just like he can't be dead.
Yeah, that kind of makes me feel weird for you,
I
Mark
need to be in
Hamill.
all the other ones.
It's fine to like your character that you played, but it's really weird to be like, no, I make a better decision
Oh
than
no,
the writer.
I feel like it'd be
He's
a
not
better.
wrong though. He doesn't make better decisions.
I feel like it'd be better for his character because he went out like a bitch.
He did not.
He did kind
He
of.
force
Opposite.
ghosted his way
I
into
totally
a battlefield
disagree.
to trick a
Totally
That's
disagree.
my problem. They always have the badass Jedis. They just go out like punk ass little piece bitches, and they're like, I could kill this major villain, but I'm not gonna.
There's no
I'll
way
leave
he
that for
could've-
the new generation.
There's
to
no
deal
way
with.
he could have actually made it there on time.
What? They do have fucking hyperspace and shit. Get the fuck out.
Luke doesn't even have a spaceship.
He's got his freaking TIE fighter. Not
X-Wing.
TIE,
No, the X-wing is
underwater.
underwater.
He can
Oh,
just
really?
lift
You
it out of the
can't
water.
fix
He's
that.
done it
How
before.
long has it been down there though?
Not probably.
Probably a
since
pretty
he got
fucking
there.
long time.
Since his exile. when-
Probably he was an exile.
What
He
was
got there-
it made of? Do they even rust? Who the fuck knows? It's
They
Star Wars.
probably don't, but I'm guessing if it's completely submerged in water, it's not just gonna fire right the fuck back up.
And on the
It did the
planet,
first time.
How did they
And
rust?
on-
Who knows?
and on the planet he's on,
out of here.
on the planet he's on, there's no guarantee that there even
Yeah,
there's
we
even
don't.
anything.
On the planet that he's on, we can't even guarantee that's water. That could be blue titty milk monster pee.
I was gonna
for
say
all
they're
we
probably.
know.
I mean, Ray once
Implying
swam
that
in
has a
it,
different
so
effect
it's
on
not
the
going to
ship.
melt. the
Could,
skin.
yeah.
I was gonna
Fucking-
say there's
Alright.
probably no
Okay.
parts.
What
on
if it's
there.
filled with some sort of metal?
I also really like Harrison Ford though, because he's like, I really don't care about passing the torch to the new trilogy. He's like, whatever.
Well, yeah, he didn't want to be a part of the last
I was
movie
gonna say, it's
in the
'cause he wanted-
original
he wanted to
trilogy.
die. He'll probably have to make a cameo in the Han Solo movie. Pissed off.
It's like, God damn it.
Like, I'm 80
But-
years old. Leave me alone.
I
And
can't
the
even.
last thing,
No, I still like. I like the way that Luke went out.
and the last thing, and the best thing ever.
It's just a fucking.
The internet wants Michael B. Jordan to,
The internet wants a lot of things.
yeah, the internet wants Michael B. Jordan to be
So
in
demanding.
Space Jam 2,
I'd be down.
No.
but with all anime characters.
No.
I'd be down. Why
You
not?
want
No.
Michael B. Jordan to be animated?
Yeah.
It's just
No,
because
they
his
want
name
him
is
to
close
be
Michael
in
Jordan?
Space Jam, not animated, but instead of Looney Tunes.
He said all animated characters.
All
yeah,
anime
the anime
characters.
characters
Oh,
are
anime-
there
what?
instead of
Mainly
Looney
because I
Tunes.
don't agree with the fact that they're
What?
they're making a sequel to Space
How
Jam.
the fuck would that even
Because
work?
Michael B. Jordan likes anime. Like a lot of other people do
Fucking
too, but
faggot, I don't even care.
well, fuck you.
He says as he's surrounded
That's
by
not
people
Space
that watch
Jam 2.
anime.
That's a different thing.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of putting that on.
Hentai Jam 1.
I'd be totally down for that.
You get a remix of the
Which is probably
Space Jam
already a
theme
thing on the
song,
internet.
John.
Well, obviously, but it's all hentai, and Michael B. Jordan's not in it, so
Probably is. Anyway.
I probably watched it, but
that's the fucking anime he likes.
that turns out that's all that he likes. Oh, that'd be so disappointing.
Staring me down. What are you doing?
I'm not. I'm waiting. I'm listening.
Waiting for what?
Fuck out of
I'm,
here.
I like listening and listening.
Creepy bastard.
It was
Over here undressing Eli with his eyes.
Alright, don't forget to like, subscribe, and
Good
share.
thing he's already naked.
Have a
Oh,
good day.
God.
Don't